Hello, everyone. Welcome to this lecture. This week, we're going to talk about distributing sports products. So in the past, we talked about marketing. We have 4P, right? So we cover topics about products. We cover topics about price. Today, we're going to talk about the third P is the place, which is also distributions. And next week, we're going to talk about the promotions. So in today's lecture, we are going to cover this following topic. Mainly, there are two topics we're going to cover. The first of all, we're going to give you some brief concept of what the distribution is. So we're going to introduce different types of distribution systems, and we're going to discuss a little bit about what factor that will impact the distribution. And also, we're going to introduce another concept, which is the distribution intensities. And the second part of these lectures, we are going to talk about the distribution of sports products. Mainly, we're going to look at three areas. The first one is facility selections, how we normally select facilities and what factor that will impact the success of the facilities. And then we'll talk about ticket distribution. And the last topic when the topic cover in today's lectures is media distributions. Before we start talking about the basic concepts, so I would like to give you an example. If you are following soccer, you possibly have heard of events called International Champions Cup. So International Champions Cup was a series of the friendly the association football tournaments. So basically, there are a lot of really well-known European soccer clubs during the summer. They always need to go and find a place where they can, have some pre-season games. So in the past, before the International Champions Club was invented, so they would just play at home, play some friendly games with another teams. Because their popularity has been enhanced significantly in Asia, in America, so they decided to play these friendly games outside their continents. So they can start to market it, and they decided to market it as an International Champions Cups. So it's basically a series of friendly games between these teams. Right. So every summer they play in the US and play in the Asia. So when they organize this kind of competition, every year they may come with the different teams, 6 teams, 8 different teams. So for the event organizer, they have to make a lot of decisions that are related to place, related to distribution. So they have to think about which city do we need to choose to host these games. Right? They have to think about why we are selecting these cities over the other cities. And when we pick particular cities, we have to think about what facility should we use. So if we decide to host an event in Chicago, so we have to think about, should we use the football stadium in Chicago, or are we going to use the Chicago Fire stadiums, right? So they have to also think about how we are able to allow fans to purchase the tickets to the tournament. The fans going to buy the ticket online, or they are able to buy the ticket at the stadiums, or they're able to buy the ticket at some marketing agencies. And also they have to make a decision about which media platform should we choose to broadcast these games. So all these decisions they have to make before the event was being delivered. So it's all related to place or distributions in sports marketings. Right? So what is the distributions? Right? Distributions represent decision regarding the matters in which sports products are made available to the sports customer. So distribution is basically, we would like to find out after this product being made, how we are able to allow fans or customers to get access to these products. So for the distribution process, they normally involve a couple of different steps. The first of all, we need to go identify our channels or intermediaries. Right? So we need to go identify where we can deliver these events, where we can sell these sports products. Right? We also have to determine the cost of distributions. We have to figure out how much does it cost. If we decide to play in the biggest stadium, how much does it cost for the event organizers? Right? If we decide to play in the smaller stadium, how much is for the rental fees? Right? So that we have to really impact the decision you will make that related to the distributions. And the third thing, so we have to go and develop our distribution systems, and also we need to think about distributions intensities. So all those things are related to the basic concept associated with the distributions. So in the sports products, we talked about in the past, sports product we can classify broadly into two types. One is manufactured products, right? So manufactured products, they must be moved from the factory to the retail points for purchase by the end customers, right? So we produce the product first, and then we're going to find a place where we can sell these products, and we can find a place where the customer are able to buy these products. So this is how manufactured products are being able to deliver and being able to get access by the customers. So that's a regular product, manufactured products. Another type of sports products, like the entertainment, like sports business service, like spectator sports, like the event itself, a lot of time we consider them, this kind of product as a service, right? So there must be stages and take place at the sports facility and or particular location. So that's why when we watch the Olympic Games, you find out IOC every 4 years, they have to go and select a city to host these Olympic Games. When we watch Super Bowl, is the same, right? Every year, the Super Bowl committee, they have to go and pick the city to stage this event, to host these events, right? So there's a different types of the products. So they will have a different way to distribute their products. So in sports industry, distribution systems could be pretty complicated, right? They can range from direct to complex. So what is a direct distribution? So direct distribution is one in which the only manufacturers and the customers are involved directly, right? That include a lot of time, it's called direct sales, include this online marketing. So I'll give you an example. If you're making honey, right? So here is a picture. If you're making honey yourself, you make a lot of products, you want to sell to the customers. So we're going to sell on the Amazon, right? And then someone order online, so we're gonna ship this product to them. We're using the shipping service. So a lot of time, this is about direct sales and online marketing. It's another example is every Friday mornings, a lot of people would like to go to the farmer's market to buy some vegetable and foods. So for these farmers, we made the foods, we made these vegetables, we want to sell to the customer directly. So we go to the farmer's market and we sell them to these customers, right? So those are about direct distribution. We sell this product directly to the customer without going through, other third parties. Second types of distribution is called indirect distribution. It's one in which one or more intermediaries are involved around the ways, right? So for these kind of distributions, so a lot of time you are not be able to buy these things directly. So you have to go to a different platform, right? Go to the retailer to buy these products. So a lot of time they have to go through a lot of different intermediaries. So what is an intermediary? So intermediary has a two types, right? The one type we call them is wholesalers. So wholesalers are this organization and individual. So those company, they buy product directly from manufacturer and sell them at low price to the retailer or small shops. So for the wholesales, a lot of time they don't sell product directly to the customer, right? So they buy it as a low price from these the manufacturers. Because a lot of time, if you're a farmer, right? If you are farmer that you have a lot of your own products, you made the product you sell, but you don't have a lot of way that you be able to package them, right? Package them, make them become very appealing. So for the wholesales, right, they have the opportunity to, to buy this product directly from the manufacturer, package them, make them have some sort of the brand, and they're able to increase the price and then sell it to the retailer, and the retailer sell this one to the customers, right? So this is how normally how the distribution work, from the product being manufactured, being transferred to the wholesales, transferred to the retailer, and then going to the end customers. So wholesales, one of the pretty well-known example is Costco. All right, Costco, you find out a lot of products from the Costco are very cheap. We say most of the time the wholesalers, they don't sell the product to the customer directly. One of the reasons is because if you really want to sell to the customer directly, the cost is very high, right? So you have to go and find a place where you can display these products. You have to hire people and sell these products. So the cost is very high. So for the wholesaler, most of the time, they don't normally sell the product to the customer directly. Costco is different, right? Costco is exceptions. So Costco wholesalers, so they buy things from the manufacturer directly and sell it in their product. So that's why you find out Costco's product is very cheap, right? So for these wholesalers, we talk about they can save money, they can make profit from package these products and before shipping to the retailer, right? They can help this product to enhance the brand recognition. We'll talk about a lot of times they rebrand this product when it comes under their umbrella, right? They don't manufacture this product, but they actually add the label to the store to brand themselves, right? So that is actually that's why how the wholesaler work during this distribution process. And the third step is a retailer, right? Retailer is the company who involved in the final sales of sporting goods and service to the customers. Is how a customer normally are able to buy the products. For example, for retailer like Kroger's, like Target, like Macy's, like Best Buy, like Walmart, right? So those companies, right? So they're like retailer. So a lot of time the retailer won't be able to get the product from the manufacturer directly. A lot of time they get it from the wholesalers, and then sell it in their the retailer, the shops, right? So this is about intermediary. So what factor that will impact the selections of the distribution systems? Should this one go with like direct distributions, or we go with the indirect distributions? Right, so there are many different factors, right? Customers actually play a very important role here. We know some customer, they prefer picking up those tickets at the stadiums, right? But some customer, they don't want to have these print tickets. They would like to just, order ticket online because that's very quick. I don't want to waste my time and go to the stadium and to buy the ticket over there, waiting in the long queue. I can just order online and the ticket will be ready to print. So I don't care about whether the ticket look good or not, right? I just want to use that ticket and go and watch the game. And some people care more about, I want to have fancy tickets here. So I want to go and get a real ticket instead of just, buying things online and print out from the printers, right? And so customers actually play very important roles for the marketer, whether we decide to sell this product directly to the customer, or we're gonna go through the third parties and then sell it to the customer. Right, the customer they include the number of their locations. Right, so if a lot of people live in the big cities, so they possibly would like to sell it through the third parties, right? Sell it to the retailers and reach out to the customers. Right, and a lot of time that related to the purchase behavior and when they need and how they need, and also related to their psychographic characteristic in terms of promotions, right? And also what's about availabilities, right? These other factors that will also impact the selection of the distribution systems, including sports product itself. We know sports product, we have tangible products like merchandise groups, like these manufacturer groups. We also have a lot of intangible product, like those service we provide to the customers, right? So since we are using different types, so for the merchandise product, they're more likely to use like the indirect distribution systems, right? For this intangible service, we're more likely to use like direct distribution systems, right? We provide service to you directly and let you get that experience, let you see whether you like it or not, and let you to enjoy this whole experience and give us positive feedbacks. Right, so this is the factor that will impact the selection of the distribution systems. The next concept we're going to introduce here is called distribution intensity. So distribution intensity, that refers to the amount of distribution selected for a particular sports products. So we have three types of the distribution intensity. So one is we call intensive distribution. So intensive distribution is talking about the products will be offered in as many places as possible, right? So give example, every time when iPhone is being introduced to the market, customers' demand is really high, right? I want to get a new iPhone. So where can I get a new iPhone? Could I get it in these like telecommunication stores? Let me go to AT&T. I go to Verizon. I might be able to get it there. Or can I get it from the Apple official stores? Or can I get it from the Apple websites? Right? So because the demand is really high, so for this kind of thing, we need to have intensive distributions, right? So we need to make sure the product is being available at many different places. So when the iPhone is on the market, the people are able to buy the iPhone directly. Right? Same as like Nike shoes. When they introduce a new shoes, demand is normally really high. So we would like to have a lot has been placed in stores, right? Customers keep coming over to buy these products and we are able to sell more. So this is about intensive distribution. The second one is about the selective distributions, right? For the selective distribution, the product normally will be offered in a very limited amount of times, right? So one of the examples that we can think about in the sports industry is the ticket sales. Right, the number of tickets in the event is limited, right? And also our advertising budget is also limited. So selective distribution is since the number of tickets are limited, that we're only going to select certain platforms that we are going to sell a ticket. You can buy it online, you can buy it, get it from the stadiums, but we're not going to be working a lot with the third party to sell the tickets. Okay, some events are different, like bigger events like FIFA World Cup, like the Olympic Games, right? They have to sell tickets, right? So this kind of events kind of different because they want to have the customer for all around the world, right? They like Tokyo Olympic Games, they want to have a customer for all around the world. You travel to Japan, you're not just go there to watch sport, but also going to enjoy the culture, get that different experiences. And spend more money as a customers, as a tourist, right? So for them, so when they try to sell their tickets, they normally collaborate with a lot of like agency, right? For instance, if you live in the United States, you want to go to watch the Olympic Games in Tokyo, right? So normally the Olympic Committee, they would say, hey, US OPC, so United States Olympic Paralympic Committee, you're able to have that many tickets that you can sell in the US markets. Right, for the FIFA World Cup is the same, right? FIFA World Cup, so he collaborate with the travel agency. So in the US, we have the official travel agency, right? So you're able to sell this ticket in the United States because demand is very high, supply is very low, right? Because you only have that many tickets available, right? So we have a very limit. So this is called selective distributions. So we are not gonna provide it everywhere. It's like these regular products because the numbers of this product is very limited. So we have to selective distribute it. Make sure all these tickets are being purchased by the most needed customer. And the third one is called exclusive distribution. For the exclusive distribution, the product is being offered in one outlet only, right? So exclusive distribution always allow the price increase, particularly once you are the only store where a popular products can be purchased, the price obviously will be increased, right? For the exclusive distribution, so one of the example in sport are the broadcaster right? You find out every year Super Bowl is the most watched sporting event, not just sporting event, but any events in the United States, right? So every year, about half of the populations will be watching Super Bowls when they're at home, right? So you find out every year Super Bowl is only being broadcast at one particular TV channel. So this year at the CBS, next year it's going to be an ABC, and the year after it's going to be Fox, right? So they have exclusive rate, right? So they have exclusive distribution. So they're able to charge very high price for the things. You know, the Super Bowl commercial is very expensive, right? You spend nearly $500,000 just for that a very short period of times, right? So this is about the distribution intensities, right? So what factor will impact the distribution intensity decision? So are we going to select intensive distribution, selective distribution, or exclusive distribution? What factor will impact our decisions? So that include a lot like advertising costs, right? Advertising costs will impact the image, right? If the store you become the only supplier, so you give you some privilege, right? So if this is the only official store in the entire area, they give you some privilege, right? So they will help you to increase the price and also make you become pretty unique in these markets. They will also have the impact on the price of the products, right? We'll talk about for the exclusive distribution, the price normally will be higher compared to the intensive distributions and selective distributions, right? So this is about the distributions intensities. Okay, so this is about the first video. The second video, so we're going to talk about how sports product has been distributed in the markets. So let's talk about its topic later.